All right, we back. Marcy Sports Talk. We in a double dip right here. We're going to talk a little bit about Dan Campbell's potential offensive coordinator that he could be targeting, amongst a few. Mike Kafka, former backup quarterback in the league with the Philadelphia Eagles. First, let's talk about Darius. He was on some podcast talking about how Jim Caldwell actually had more rules than Matt Patricia, but Jim Caldwell was just better at enforcing them. All right, let's talk about that. Check out the Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. We might even be going live tonight, so want to do more lives, but I do appreciate everybody for supporting the channel. Best way to support the channel, share the video. If you want to make a donation, just share that video. But yeah, he basically said that Caldwell just know how to talk to people and deal with people. You got people that you could work with that don't know how to talk, you know, a little bit demonstrative, a little bit angry, don't know how to communicate with human beings, and that's a part of growing up in America and growing up in the world, is learning how to deal with different type of people. And a lot of people that kind of been living in the boxes, they've been living in the hood, or they've been living in the suburbs, and then they go out to work in America, and all they deal with was other people that look like them. That's all they deal with. They don't know how to deal with people. And Matt Patricia, I guarantee you, he ain't really had a lot of black friends, and I think he didn't know how to really. If you don't know how to deal with black people, hey, wait till you get to be an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator or a position coach. You could deal with most of the black people. Then you can learn how to talk to them. Baker Mayfield was a hit with Cleveland Brown because some way around the line in Oklahoma, he was able to learn how to deal with black people. And I think Matt Patricia, there was a cultural disconnect with some of the black teammates. Some of the white people, say I wasn't bothered by it. Kerryon Johnson really wasn't bothered by it, but some people out there like Darius was bothered by it. And I just think he didn't know how to communicate. So he said that Jim Caldwell had a rule where you had to have your shirt tucked in on the practice field, and if you forgot, he would tap you and say, hey, put your shirt in. If it happened again, he would just fine you. No questions asked. And basically, Matt Patricia would be like, mother effer, put your, and people like, hey, you ain't about to talk to me like, you ain't going to disrespect me. I know you hear a lot of women saying, well, older people think, not letting them disrespect you is being disrespectful. And I kind of agree. You kind of be around older people and they disrespect you, or you got fat, or look at your big ass feet, and you be like, hold the fuck up. You could be 12, 15, 19, 20, 21, and they be like, don't get you. You're going to be disrespectful. How you going to be disrespecting me, and me defending myself is disrespectful? You feel me? But that's just how some black families work. So, I mean, like I said, you're not going to disrespect me as a man. And you lucky you didn't run into somebody like Derek Coleman, or like some real hood dude who would have had somebody come up there and put their Timberland boot up his ass. He better be glad he wasn't dealing with that. But that's the difference. I can have 1,000 rules, and Jerome can have 5 rules, and you break 10, 20% of my rules. I'm like, hey man, let's have a talk. I'm not a one and done guy. Two of them, I'm gonna talk to you. I better match talk to you like, hey, do this, do that. That's all, man. You got some people like, hey, come the fuck here. You doing? You like, damn, this is my first thing. It's my first mistake. I don't give a do the motherfucking job of getting you. Like, hold on. Hold on. Don't get knocked out. Mama say you disrespect me, you get knocked out. That's just how some people deal. And then at the end of the day, they might come and say, I didn't mean to be hard. Or they might dislike you for some reason. Whatever the reason was. But, he said he had more roots, and I could believe it. Fuck, I gotta have my jersey tucked in on my shirt tucked. That was his reason. But he knew how to communicate with people because he is black. Now, you got some people that could be black and white and can't communicate with white people. You got some people that lack communication skills. You got some people that lack, just basic communication skills. You got people that take your kindness for weakness. So you can know how to communicate, but hey, you keep pushing me. Well, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. I done had to cut some people out. People think shit's sweet. I remember I challenged everybody in my department. Let's fight. I was at that point, like, people would take you there. That's why I like working in solitary. Like working by myself. I could depend on me, this, that, and the third. I ain't got to worry. But those jobs are sometimes few far in between. They ask you like being in teamwork. I like teamwork when teamwork work. That's my opinion on when teammates work the right way, and you can trust them and do this, do that, and you ain't got to come back and do everything. But I ain't really surprised. I could see Jim Caldwell, don't cuss, Christian man, and, just know how to handle stuff the right way. He from that Tony Dungy tree, so I can see that working out that way. And I can see Matt Patricia let's just get it. But let's talk a little bit about Dan Campbell. Obviously, he got a short list for OCs. They didn't really put the short list out there. But apparently, Mike Kafka is on this list. He was the passing game coordinator for Andy Reid, and also he helped Andy Reid construct the passing game. So I think Mike Kafka went to Northwestern University. He was a Big Ten guy. Could be wrong. But, I mean, the thing about it is he helped draw up the passing game. He helped construct that. You know, whatever they changes or do, he helped draw that up. So the only downside to Andy Reid is to look at Matt Nagy before he started riding David Montgomery. They just, his history don't believe in throwing the ball. I mean, running the ball. So you go out there and Mike Kafka is probably going to throw the ball 30, 40 times a game. You're talking about a quarterback that's going on, year 14, throwing the ball that many times a game, and the offensive line being healthy. That's just too much to ask, you know. And Mike Kafka is a quarterback that probably love to throw. So I really don't see that being the fit with Stafford. I don't see that being the fit with a younger quarterback, unless he's going to come in and he knows what's the importance of running the ball. Andy Reid got away with winning the championship with Mahomes because Mahomes was fucking special. You know, he was special. Anybody else, other than Peyton, guys like that, he wasn't the one with, because he don't believe in running the ball. So if Mike Kafka going to come in and throw the ball 40, 50 times a game, it's not going to be a successful ever quarterback. In my opinion, I think the smart thing to do is to find somebody that love to run the ball. That's been our biggest mistake in Detroit. Dan Campbell been here before. Run the fucking ball. Find somebody that's successful at a running game. What's the best running coordinator out there? Go look at Dallas. You know, before this year, when Dak was out, they understood how to run the ball. You look at Baltimore, they understand how to run the ball. Where they want to go. Greg Roman kind of slipping there. But you go to the top rushing teams in the NFL, whoever there may be, who know how to run the ball, and you looking, it's so few in between teams that actually run the ball. I would probably go out to San Francisco and get somebody that can be a coordinator, somebody that understand the Kyle Shanahan offense. You know, Gary Kubiak is a guy you probably can try to steal from Minnesota. Somebody that understand that running game. You know, I would probably say the 49ers would probably be the team that I would target as far as the running game, and just thinking off the top, Tennessee Titans. Them two teams, I'd probably say, you know what? Let me get a coordinator from them. Let me get a coordinator from there who know how to run the ball. But bringing in somebody that's pass happy, that's just not going to solve our issues in Detroit. You know, if you come in and make it clear to Mike Kafka, like, look here, Mike, you know, we need to run the ball. You know, and what do you got that can show us that you can run the damn football? But other than that, I'm probably looking at those two teams, 49ers, and I'm probably looking at the Tennessee Titans to get somebody from over there who understand the importance of running the ball. And that's our issue. You know, and if you want to ride with Stafford, I get it. But if you're able to get somebody like Justin Fields who can operate and run the ball and be elusive, then, hey, get him and amplify your running game. But that's the biggest issue with me. If Mike Kafka don't understand the importance of coming in and running the ball, no matter how good our defense is or bad, we're going to lose football games. We need somebody to come in that's going to be physical. And that's what Dan Campbell. We don't need no passing game coordinator. Shit, we didn't have coordinators that love the passing. We need somebody to get in here that's going to play big boy ball. That's going to come in, that's going to understand formations, that's going to do the wing tee, the full house. That's going to come in and say, you know what, our 5 or 6 or 7 up front is going to take on your 11. And that's going to be aggressive. That's just going to be smash mouth football. That's what we need. And if you ask me, it's probably going to be the 49ers or the Tennessee Titans. I'm going there and I'm getting one of their running backs coach, or who the next up is their coordinator, and I'm upgrading them. You know, but going with Mike Kafka, if he don't understand the importance of running the ball, he going to come here and throwing the ball like Matt Nagy and Andy Reid. It's not going to work here. And that's my biggest fear with Mike Kafka. And, you know, and Dan Quinn is just going to come here and not be successful for a guy that's energy and the tight end. That's all about, you know, he's a blocking tight end. You know, he got to understand in my Mandalorian way, this is not the way. If Mike Kafka ain't going to run the ball, they plan on running the ball 20 times a game, we're going to lose. But, hey, appreciate the love and support. Also, don't forget, in 2 days, FanDuel is a sportsbook page. It's launching in Detroit. So, I mean, you can go down to casino. You can download the sportsbook app, not the fantasy app. And you know, you can gamble now free. Or if you want to keep doing your offshore thing, do that. But I appreciate the love, support. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out anytime. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, all our social media links in the description. Fast forward, reach me on Twitter and Facebook, Instagram. Links in the description. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. We gone.